and welcome to today's reading. Today we are using the Illustrated Encyclopedia of World Mythology by Arthur Cottrell and Rachel Storm. And as always, all of the books or decks that are used in my readings are linked in the description box. So if you want to check out any of the materials we use today, you can go down there and see that. And we are on page 116, Sages and Seers. The spiritual seers and shamans of the Celtic myth were endowed with extraordinary gifts of prophecy, wisdom, and healing. They enjoyed a profound rapport with natural and supernatural forces and acted as intermediaries between the realms of the living and the dead, between the visible world of men and the invisible other world, a realm of wondrous spirits. Most famous of all was Arthur's wise counselor, Merlin, but other inspired druids, Amerigan, Talatian, and Cathbad, feature in Celtic myths as prophetic bards and counselors to clan chiefs and kings. Some lived as hermits in the wilderness while remaining powerful in Celtic society. Although on the whole helpful to mortals, some dark sorceresses such as Morgan, Nimue, or the Calatans used their supernatural gifts to bewitch and manipulate mortals for their own ends. Right away, I am getting that either you or the question that you're asking is about spirituality and the material world. How do they come together? Can they come together? And is it okay to, almost the thing that's really strong is, can I profit off of spirituality and be a spiritual person? And the answer is yes, you can. The thing that we are kind of teetering on as humanity, as a whole, is removing the perception and the projection of the human issues that we have from the tools that we use to live our everyday life. In the past, the tools that we have used and the things that we have done with them have been equal in meaning. So people will say things like money corrupts, power corrupts, but in reality, the corruption was already there. The money and power simply amplified it because now there is more opportunity to express it. And also, more people will be affected by it. That's where the saying, with great power comes great responsibility, because as you rise in power, either materialistic power, spiritual power, emotional, whatever power you may be having and wielding, the more people involved in your wielding of it, the more karma you kind of are playing with, because whatever you do affects those people directly. So the backlash is going to be tenfold, whether positive or negative. The second you start playing with other people's worlds, lives, realities, the second you start playing with other people's free will and ability to choose, is the second that you start taking on this extra responsibility. Because now, if you do this in a conscious way, you must realize that whatever you do to them, you are doing to yourself. If you hurt them, you hurt you. If you hurt yourself, you hurt them. So it requires an immense amount of authenticity for you and the people around you, and an ability to attune to them and their needs as well as your own, and figure out how to make it all mix and harmonize together. Many people in the spiritual community will fall to one side or the other, almost in opposition of the other side, rather than sitting in the middle and trying to hold it all. So, for example, they will either ridicule any spiritual person who also makes money or makes money directly from their spiritual gifts, or they'll be on the complete other side and say, well, why shouldn't I? I need to live. I need to do stuff. I get to have luxury, I get to, and so on. But on both ends of the spectrum, there's a need that isn't being seen or met by the other side. So for the side that doesn't want the spiritual person to profit, they believe in some way that by the spiritual person having that profit, they don't see them anymore. The spiritual person no longer sees me as someone who is threatened by that profit, because they no longer see me because either they're at a higher financial status, or they have this power and now they have it over me, or there's a barrier between me and the thing that they're providing, and they're requiring me to give something that I don't have the capacity to give. It's perceived as a direct threat because it's a, oh my God, I need you, take that loosely, I need you to survive. I need you to improve. I need you to get to where I want to be, but you're requiring something of me, but you can't see me at all anyway. Why should I pay for your meditation pack when you don't even know that I exist? How do I know that this really works if you are just trying to make money off of it? Are you making money off of it for the sake of it, or because you want to help people and it's like a secondary thing? And to the complete opposite extreme, they are feeling attacked because they really do need to live. They really do need to support themselves and very often other people, their family, their community. Some teachers have retreat centers or ashrams, and they have to fund those things, and they use what they make from their work to do that, or they use what they make from their work to support a lifestyle that is gentle, which may look luxurious to us, but it is gentle for them in a way that allows them to live the life necessary to provide the teachings they are bringing to people. Yes, there can be spiritual teachers who are struggling. There can be, but you are going to find that in a hierarchy of needs, like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, spirituality is like not primal. When you look at it from a universal perspective, it is, because it's integral to all life. However, when it comes down to, do I get to eat dinner tonight, or do I get to be spiritual tonight? If you have to choose between the two and you're a starving person, you're gonna choose dinner. Now, if we come kind of back to a more realistic perspective, there are plenty of people out there who consider themselves to be spiritual gurus and teachers and things like that, who are using the money and power they are generating to do things that may not align with your values or my values or spiritual values in general. And there are plenty of people who use spirituality as a front to make money and to create power, but they are not really spiritual. So they're not actually using spirituality itself. They are using an image of it, a mirage. So when we look at people who have abused their power in the past, supposedly through spirituality, we must realize that when they were abusing that power, that was not spiritual. That was not taking the other as the self. That was not being in oneness and unity. So let's bring it back down to, let's say you want to start a business around spirituality. You want to make meditations or give readings or do astrology charts for people. And you are currently toying with this question, can I make money and be spiritual at the same time? A process of self-examination is necessary in order for you to come to this conclusion, because either you have decided that the system that corrupts people, the thought process, the shadows that are rampant within human society, which we use money and power to inflict pain on others, that system itself is something you don't want anything to do with, and therefore money. Or you decide that you can actually use the system and get as much money as you can and use it to provide for yourself so that you can better show people the spirituality that is present all around them. It will be different for everyone. For some people, getting off the financial system altogether is the best, highest option for them, and they are carving a path for anyone who wants to do that in the future. And for others, the best option is to stay within the system, but actively use it for good, for the good of the self and other. There has to be the and there. You can't use it for the good of the other without the good of the self and have it be loving, because you are part of the universe. You are part of the one. You are part of everything that is, and you cannot hurt yourself or deny yourself without denying others around you. I know that that might be a hard concept to grasp, especially when our society has made indulgence so negative. But again, is it really indulgence if you're hurting yourself? Is it really indulgence if you're hurting others? Is it really indulgence if someone is feeling pain? Or is it a coping mechanism to deal with being in a system that they can't change? Real indulgence would satisfy you. Real indulgence would not hurt someone else. It would fill up your cup so that you could then overflow into others. Real indulgence fulfills you and allows you the opportunity to be fully connected and open. So now it's more about, why are you doing the things that you are doing? Why do you want the things you want? Not about the system of money. Either way, you may decide that you want to stick with the financial system or get off the grid entirely. And that is ultimately where you are right now. You have to make a decision, or see if you have made a decision already based on your actions and preferences, and decide which way you want to go. Because I am telling you, either way is perfectly fine. What matters is that you're doing it for the reasons that support you, that are aligned with you, and therefore can show others how to align with themselves and support themselves. I hope that this resonated. I hope you liked it. Be sure to leave a comment if you want to share your experience. I'd love to hear it. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell and select all notifications so that you actually get updated anytime I upload a new video. Until next time, bye.